listeners and viewers, thank you for tuning in. I'm Grace Ovba, your host for Rising Above Shadows of Abuse. Today, I have the pleasure of introducing you to Reverend Deb Hansen. I read in the news, I think 2 days ago, that lots of people of African descent were deported back to their countries, especially Nigerians. You know, some people had some shocked expressions on their faces. Like you said, possibly they were snatched off the streets and put on the next available flight back to Nigeria. And I felt that was really unfair because most of them have lived possibly half their lives in America. I digress.
It's nothing that any of us would want for ourselves. So the old wisdom of the golden rule, treat others like you would wish to be treated. In Africa specifically is on the receiving end of climate change that they did not create. You know, Africa, from what I understand, contributes only 4% of the greenhouse gases. And I have a Facebook friend I've gotten to appreciate, and he's a professor in Senegal, and he is the head of the global ecovillage network for all of Africa, but he is also heavily involved with an ecovillage that is in the Sahel, I think I'm pronouncing it correctly, that actually crosses national borders, that are starting to bring people back to the land again, which I find very exciting. But also, after all this work of planting trees, then they get a flood that washes away a lot of their good work, and it's heartbreaking. So that's just another example for me of how we're needing an unprecedented level of global solidarity and cooperation to protect life, to protect complex life from the effects of lack of access to clean water, to food, to have a climate that's stable enough to grow food. There's tremendous work going on around the world, and I would particularly like my country, the US, to be humble.
Thank you.